Veterans, do you know how to search the VA's manual reference? In today's video, I am going to show you how the VA trains their raters to search the manual reference. Let's go ahead and get into it. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne. I got a video for that Kimball, United States Army veteran, retired VA rating specialist, and your VA claim nugget man. Before I get into today's video, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. So, how does the VA train their raters to search the manual reference in the 38 CFR when it comes to adjudicating your claim? Also, why do you need to know this? Because this is how you find the answers to the test. Okay. So if you're trying to do an appeal, a high level review, or BVA appeal, this is how you win, people. Okay. And I'm going to show you because this is how the VA showed me, especially when we had to take that biannual test. Okay. And this is how we found the answers to the questions. And now I'm passing this on to you. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to share my screen. And this is the website here. Now, this is something I went through with my monthly veterans that are in my monthly membership, okay, over a year ago. So they know how to go here and search it and to subscribe to it to get the notification. So when I'm sharing the M21-1 updates for updates to you, I'll show you how to subscribe to that. Okay. So let's start here. You got burial, memorial, you got compensation and pension. We're going to get back to that. You got e-benefits, education, life insurance. Okay. All this stuff. All right. Now, compensation and pension. You could come here, take your mouse over here. You got the part 3. All right. And then you have the part 4. What's in the part 4, people? Look at this. This is the rating scheduler. This is where all the diagnostic codes, the criteria for all the service-connected conditions. You got musculoskeletal, you got organs of special sense, okay? Infectious diseases, respiratory, guess what's in there? Sleep apnea, okay? Cardiovascular, digestive. So this is where you can come and look at, say, hey, I'm filing a claim for eczema. What is the 10% criteria for eczema? Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Come back here. Very sensitive. Click on skin. Do a quick search for eczema, and it'll tell you the 0, 10, 20, 30, whatever percentage for that. All right. Now, here's the M21-1. A lot of people ask me questions. Dwayne, what about this? What about that? What about this? I don't know all of these answers, but I do know how to go and find them. Okay. And I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you today how to do that. All right. So they got different parts. Look at this. They got historical data. They got, they really break it down. Okay. A lot of information here, people. A lot of information. You're not going to remember all of these. And they do change. Like you see me share with you before. Hey, the VA updated the M21-1. They could move a particular reference, all right? Change it, change the name of it, and move it. Now, this is the -4. I've done a couple of videos on the -4. One of them, probably saw it, end products, EPs. I was discussing that, okay? That's the -4. A lot of VSRs will be in here, okay? Then they got the quality review team, QRT. I think I did a video on that as well. Now, M21-5. I've done a video on this as well. That's the name. I got a video for that, Kimball. This covers appeals, high level review. I'm so sorry. It always does that. Okay. So like here, HLR procedures, AMA, all right? Controlling legacy appeals. So your VSRs that work in appeals, they spend a lot of time here. Also, the decision review officers as well. And then you have, let's see, the rate tables. Okay, you got the current. So you got the compensation rate table and then the pension. Then you have the historical compensation. All right. So you can click on there and see the previous compensation tables per year. All right. Now, you click here, subscribe here. I'm not going to do it, but you click here and it'll walk you through how to add your email. So whenever they update the manual, you'll get an email. And that's what I do, people. And then I look through it and I'm like, hey, I think my fellow veterans should know this stuff. All right. Now, let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So see this search window here. So you can see I've been doing some searches. Okay. Now, when you click here, you want to keep your keyword to either one or two words. You don't want to ask it a whole sentence. It's similar like Google, but not as robust as Google. So let's just look at a hot topic. Okay. Packed Act. Let's see. Packed. Now you can see right there where I previously typed it in there. I'm going to select that, but you don't want to do that. I'm going to tell you why. Okay. So you hit enter. It'll bring up different things about the Packed Act, but you're like, wait a minute. That's all anything. Okay. So if we type in packed, ACT, I'm not going to select it here. I'm just going to leave my cursor there and then I'm going to hit it. Boom. Now you see the difference. Okay. And in those other videos where I talk about the update, it does a query search. Every reference that has these two words, Packed Act, in it pops up. Okay. When I was taking a test, well, when I was taking my biannual test, they didn't have the Packed Act. Okay. But for other things I was looking for. So you may say, man, there's still a lot of information. I'm going to come up here to the top. DIC, Packed Act. We're not looking for that. Rating presumptive service-connected condition claims for Persian Gulf veterans. That might be something. Developing presumptive service connection. So let's go with this one first, okay? And I'm not looking for any particular thing as it pertains to the Packed Act. We're going to see what pops up here, okay? So then you can keep scrolling and you can see right here, okay, it's giving us some information. Deciding SC, which means service connection for any undiagnosed illness or MUCMI, all right? And we just keep going, right? Look at that. Chronicity, determining chronicity for qualifying disabilities. If you've seen this in previous rating decisions, this is how you search and you determine, okay, what does this mean? Okay. So to establish service connection for a disability under 38 USC 1117, the claimed disability must be chronic. That is, it must have persisted for a period of 6 months. Now here's the nugget, people. Even though we're not talking about chronicity, if you're filing a claim, we're doing the university, it starts February 3rd, February 12th, two different cohorts. You do the intent to file, you start getting treatment for that condition. And maybe around the 6 or 7 month, you file that claim and you have your doctor to state just this, how long, if it's chronic, and how long has it persisted, okay? So there's other M21-1 references that talks about chronicity. How do you do it? You type in chronicity in the search window like I did Packed Act. All right, let's keep going. Role of veterans testimony. And so I go through here when I was rating and I'm looking, and this is how you find the answers to the test. So if you have to do a high-level review, okay? Now, when you see links like this, you can click on them, but they are an internal document and you will not be able to review them, okay? So I'm going through, and here's some good information, list of appropriate DCs, diagnostic codes for undiagnosed disabilities and MUCMIs, okay? So, some good information, examples of hyphenated codes for undiagnosed disabilities. So these are things that you can claim as undiagnosed illness under the Packed Act. Now, these are not on the list, but you'll find them under 30 CFR 3.317, okay, for undiagnosed illnesses. Gulf War, Persian Gulf War veterans, right? All right, so let's go back. We're just going to go back and we'll come back here, okay? So let's look at this one, developing presumptive service connection claims for Persian Gulf War. So these are instructions for VSRs and RVSRs and droves to follow. Okay. So again, people, this is how you win. When you understand what they are supposed to do and they don't do it, you're talking about these M21-1s. You're talking about the -4, the -5, the 38 CFRs in your appeal. Okay. Now, oh, Persian Gulf War disability claims. Okay. So it's giving some instructions here. If the claim is for signs or symptoms, okay, then they'll give another M21-1 where they have to go and do additional research. Okay. So, some information, when to apply undiagnosed illness. Okay. So, when they are supposed to apply, the procedures of this topic apply to any Gulf War era veteran who, and they give you 2 bullet comments right here. Okay. So, you read these to make sure you qualify. Okay. Now, these job aids, oh, I almost missed a Gulf War era service job aids. I don't think that they will pop up. I'm going to open this up in a new link. Nope. I opened up in a new link I didn't show you, but nope, didn't pop up. It's PACT Act implementation, SOP. You will not be able to look at that. All right. Section 5103, notice for undiagnosed illness. All right. So here's a 526EZ. In the instruction section, you will find that 5103 notice information. All right. Establishing Persian Gulf veteran status. All right. So again, people, they are providing a lot of information. This is where you come and you find this information, answers to the test. Okay. And when I'm doing research for my videos, this is where I obtain evidence. Not evidence, but this is where I obtain the slides for particular videos. All right. So let's go back. So you see PACT Act. Let's look at something else. Let's look at Agent Orange, okay? And you can do this for whatever topics, people, but please do not write a sentence or paragraph in here. Only use keywords, okay? Processing claims based on nautical herbicide exposure, blue water right there. Let's look at something else. Developing claims for service connection based on herbicide exposure, okay? Click on that. And it's giving us some information. And it talks about developing herbicide claims, establishing herbicide exposure, contaminated C-123 aircraft, DMZ exposure in Korea, establishing herbicide exposure in other locations. Okay. So let's look at that. Let's look at some other locations. Now you can see this change date here. They just did something September 15th. 2025 of last year. Okay. Now it says verifying herbicide exposure on a factual basis in other locations. All right. So if a veteran has a location that's not on the list and they're saying that, they were exposed to Agent Orange, then this is where I'm coming to look at some information right here. Okay. It's telling the VSR exactly what to do. Okay. So again, people, I may do a live stream where I may ask people, hey, give me a keyword or two where I can come in and, do the search for you. Again, a lot of my members, veterans that are in my monthly veteran membership group, they know how to do this. Okay. They know exactly how to come in and do this research. Okay. And again, if you want to find like time periods, like Camp Lejeune contaminated water. Okay. They're talking about blue water Navy. Okay. A lot of information. Again, people, this is where you get the answers to the test. Now, handling claims with multiple qualifying service areas. They give you an example. Sometimes the reference will give you an example. Okay. They have some really good examples. Then there's some out there. I'm like, they could have did better. Right. So again, this is where you come, you take the time, and you find the answers to the test. All right. So maybe in the next 2 or 3 months, when I do a live stream, well, leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know, do you want me to do a live stream where you, the veteran, gives me a keyword and I look it up in the M21-1. And guess what? I'll let you come on live like I did New Year's Eve, and we can search it together. Okay. And obviously I will go longer than an hour because when you do searches like this, they do take time. So, we'll keep it short, maybe 5 minutes per veteran, so we can get as many veterans on. So I hope that was helpful. I can still remember the person in the quality review team that taught me how to do this keyword search, especially not only for the test, the biannual test that we had to take, but also when it came to adjudicating claims, because I could, man, do a keyword search, boom, there's the answer, and then I can stick that in the rating decision. So I hope this helped you. But again, people, you have to invest the time to go out and do the research, which will help you win your compensation claim. With that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and as always, share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.